Danganronpa another today, and tomorrow we'll continue Ace Attorney. But for right now, we continue Danganronpa another. So I hope that's fine. Um, so I'm considering taking estrogen because I really want it. I really want to feel more feminine. I'm tired of being more feminine. Me. I'm tired of being me. But right now we're continuing this. I kind of want to play some Mario Maker sometime. I don't know when. Maybe like Thursday or something. But right now we're just doing a short Danganronpa another stream. And, and I say short because I'm only streaming until like 4:30. Because I also need to do homework. Lots of it. I don't want to do homework, dude. Hold on. I might stream till 4:30 and just do homework after dinner. But I do want to get this thing done that I have to get done. Hajime, a town was holding its largest festival. A man from the local monastery brought homemade fish and chips to the feast. That's the man that really made the dish himself. And you know what he said? Indeed, I'm the fish fryer. Hajime, what do you call an obnoxious reindeer? Rudolph! But why this out of all punishments in the world? I'd rather have this sort of physically. Annoying jokes, that's not very nice. We don't have anything to do here. Well then just chat. Without making those weird puns. You're driving me crazy. How am I supposed to when I've heard them for the 1000th time? I feel like I'm gonna die from this even though I'm already dead. That's not funny. What? Oh come on, what is this? This must be the thing. Void's special telephone that links to living with the dead. Now they're throwing random things in. Hello? Hi, did I get through? What? That voice must be Roha. Long time no see. Hajime, Emma, help me. Nikeiiiiiiiimazing's threatening me. He told me to commit murder in the next hour. What should I do? Hey, don't listen to him. I know how you're feeling right now. You're too good to be involved in a plan like this. We're dead. We don't have any right to order you around. Just make sure you don't want to do what you want to do. Don't go down our road. This place isn't that bad as it seems. Don't overthink too much and go for it. Come to think of it, Emma, did you have to take my place in the second hour? It's really your fault I have to go through all this. What? Is that canon? It's already morning. I didn't sleep a wink. The trial ended over midnight, so it should be natural that I feel tired and sleepy, yet I couldn't sleep at all. Do I have all of my seal by points? Yes, I do. Alright, next one we're gonna hang out with is Nikeiiiiiiimazing. Wait, did I do all of Aroha's? No, I didn't. Okay, we're gonna finish Aroha's and then do Nikeiiiiiimazing's. Good morning. I had to do the diner to eat breakfast like usual, but there's no one there. Weird, did I misread the clock? Even Mikado's food isn't here. What's going on? I didn't... So I headed to the convenience store. Oh, hello there! Yuki! Funny running into you here. Are you here to eat breakfast? Nobody was at the diner and Mikado seemed to be out of business. How can you be so cheerful about this? There was another death mere hours ago. We started with 16, so how can you stay that cheerful? Oh wait, you're an ultimate, right? Haha, forgot about it. Of course you're different from a normal, talentless student like me. If you think a normal greeting is acting cheerful, that means you're seriously getting depressed. You think you're the only one depressed here? We're all the same as you. But we shouldn't despair about it. That also is only possible for ultimates. For a normal person like me, this is the limit. This is the end for me. I don't even know what my talent is, here I am. You're an ultimate yourself. You stop comparing yourself to other. Luck my ass! What is even the ultimate lucky student? What kind of talent is that? If I truly was an ultimate lucky student, why is I in this place? Why am I going through all this? I just can't go on now. I'm different from you. Yuki, even if it seems like there are no clues, you should assume otherwise and investigate to the end. That's what you said a few days ago. Don't forget that attitude you had. I know you're stressed, but we can't give up. If one of us starts to give up... I'm sorry that I yelled. I didn't mean to do that. I just can't seem to control myself. Because Uchiro's taking over your body. I'm sorry I yelled too, so why don't we make up? We don't know where the others are, so why don't we eat breakfast together, eating lunchboxes together? No, I'm sorry. I want to be alone for now. See you later, then. I got angry with Yuki. That wasn't like me. I always managed to keep my cool. When I saw Yuki being so weak, I couldn't stand it. Ultimate. We're all ultimate students. Am I an ultimate student? Sora, who are you? You have nothing special to boot and you can't even remember your own talent? Sora, what really is your talent? Let's investigate. I need to get out and do something, so investigating it is. Oh, hell yeah. Damn it, never mind. Huh? I think I found something. Money, money, money. What is my fatigue level right now? 4. We're gonna go sleep. The class trials ended. I tried searching Satsuki Land, but it surprises me that everyone else seems to refuse to speak each other. I went to in hopes there would be a head count, but even Shinji didn't come. If things go on, things are gonna be real bad. I should gather everyone to talk about this after I get a good night's sleep. That's what Satsuka would have done. A. K. Nikei! Keep your voice down. Don't you have common sense? I knew it! It's him! You didn't answer me back. Nikei, I heard that you betrayed the organization. Betrayed Void. I knew it! That's not true, right? You betraying Void. Did Mikado say that? I knew he'd find out, that blasted monster. Mikado did it first. He's the one who murdered Hajime. We can't go back now that we started the plan. And didn't you agree? I tried giving thoughts, and I decided even if he didn't kill Hajime in the original plan, I would have betrayed Void nonetheless. Mikado Sayonji, that scum. I'll kill him for sure. I don't like Mikado either, but it's just gonna be us two if you kill him. Hey, Uroha, why are you so desperate? What is me leaving Void? Do you really need me that much? You all just sided with Mikado like turncoats even when you thought I was incapable. Why are you begging at me all of a sudden? To be honest, I've got nothing to say to you. Mikado told me to kill someone. You know I was supposed to go second, and Kanade beat it to me this island, so Mikado wants me to make up for it. But it's really your turn next, right? It's a bit weird for me to do the murder. So, what do you want? Me doing the murder because you don't want to? Is that why you came to me? Of course your life is so precious. You didn't change one bit. You can't do anything on your own, so you always depend on someone else. This is a waste of breath. I don't have nothing to do with you all anymore. Since the trials just ended, the cruise will be... Ah! Oh, looks like it's already morning. Maybe I'll duck them one by one into the diner. The ship is sailing, so everyone should be inside the monocruise. Let's hurry and head to the diner. Yorko! Good morning. Well, I was gonna suggest heading to the diner together to eat breakfast. You didn't show up at the diner yesterday morning. I'm sorry, I've been in my room all day yesterday. I was so scared and anxious ever since the last trial that I gave up on everything and stayed in my room. But things shouldn't stay like this. We shouldn't give up and talk this out. Talk and talk through this until we achieve some sort of result. Setsuka would have done so. So would you care to help me? If you're with me then... No! Don't say that! No, she's my girlfriend. What? How else would we think this identically? Of course everyone's taking a side. Everyone feels painful. But that's all the more reason we need everyone to talk about this. That's what you thought, right? That's because you're my girlfriend. It's not like you have to say such embarrassing things. It's not like I'm doing this for you, okay? Ah, there it is. Your sundry side. Nobody see us expect. Greetings! Such a nice morning, wouldn't you say? That I wonder as well. Even though I arrived pretty early today, it seemed like Nikei beat me. Oh, you actually spoke to me for once. As the one and only mastermind of the school trip, there was a business to attend to after the last trial. No, don't worry, they'll come. Just sit down and wait, they'll come in due time. How about we sit first, Yoko? I was gonna wait anyway. I didn't expect everyone to be here. I figured I would wait a bit for Yoko, but what in Nikei? Hello. Sorry for not doing anything yesterday. Kinda got angry at myself for being an idiot with all bark and no bite. I thought all day about what I should do from now on, and decided that I couldn't do anything alone anyway, and with your message, I thought it would be best for everyone to gather around and talk. I was gonna gather up and everyone and talk, but I never sent a message to anyone or anything like that. You're the one who sent that message. What do you mean by message? So it wasn't you that sent us this message? It's a note that says there's some important stuff I want to talk about. When I woke up, this was slipped through the door, and it seems like everyone else had received it as well. Something did fall out of my door when I left the room. I guess I did receive it, but somehow missed it. It's me. What is it with you? This is so not like you. You think you can act all cold and mighty this time and come back to us without... Now calm down, Yorko. Let's first hear what he has to say. He did cooperate with the investigation. I don't think he's that bad a guy. Well, I ain't that nice. I want to speak as soon as possible, but not everyone has gathered yet. I don't have any hope Shio by artillery arrives anyway, so I'll do it once the row starts. So sit down and eat. Calm down, Yoko. I was gonna talk to everyone anyway. So, Sora, what's the thing you wanted to tell us? Nothing. I didn't have any specific to say. Everyone, you didn't come to breakfast at all yesterday, right? I'm not trying to scold you or anything here. Mikado didn't even prepare the meal for us, and it was the day after, right after the trial. Setsuka, who would rally everyone up in times like these, isn't with us anymore. I get how you all feel. You probably don't have the faintest idea. Even I don't have any clue about our future. I want to give up, but is that really the right thing to do? Are you going to live on this island for eternity, facing your back to the truth? I want to recover my true identity and discover why Nikeiiiiiiiimazing is doing all this. So don't give up. Don't divert your eyes from the truth. Please fight alongside me. Help me create hope for us. I know, in my head I agree with everything you just said, but we really don't have any hope you all. You think hope is just some instant food you make from the fridge? You cannot make hope out of nothing. You were down yesterday because there really isn't any hope, right? Then I suppose you somehow found some food. Yuki, I repeat myself, but I also don't have any idea what we're supposed to do from now on. All I'm asking is that you don't give up. Searching for clues to escape this place. Bring the voids to our side. It doesn't matter what the specifics are. Let's just talk. Bring our heads together and live our best. If we stick to that urge to live on, hope will come soon enough. At least I think so. Bravo! Amazing! Nothing less to expect from Sora. A ray of light that shines through when everyone else is in despair. A symbol of hope itself. I knew you were different from the moment I laid my eyes on you. It's all useless hollow platitudes again. You and Bro are the same. Words that do not bear a hint of responsibility or practicality. I do think my platitudes are better the aimless ones of an identically hopeless baby like you. You're always whining about something, yet the thought of talking out with them will never cross your mind. The fact remains stands still that a person that only complains about everything will never ever escape from this place. Is that your attempt at threatening me? Mai, aren't you scared? Would you like to hit me? Come on, hit me, as if you have the courage to do that.
Ora, ora.
Ora, ora. I did it again. Why is it, I wonder? Even when I try to keep my cool, every time I look at Yuki's pathetic state, I can't stop myself from lashing out. Are we? Not Kisaragi. What is his name? Kinjo? Are we Kinjo? Is that why he hasn't shown up at all? If I can take out my anger, I will be throwing away my chance to talk with them. If the wise choice would be to calm down and talk here, then why? I'm sorry, Yuki, I've went too far. Hello, I got a plate. Do you know what the note was about? Eek, what's going on here? Hey, Nikki, Aroha's here. Say what you called us for. Why don't you calm down a bit? Say it! I'm a void. What? I'm one of the 3 remaining voids. Eh? What is this? Have you lost your mind? Nice reaction. I suppose you didn't expect this to happen. I've been thinking for a while. Since I got found out, it'd be better to put you in more trouble by letting you know face to face. Nikei, you're a void? Yeah. Why are you telling us that? I cannot forgive Nikeiiiiiiimazing. Plus, this is the best I can do to keep Setsuka's will to waste. Arrogant little brat, do you truly wish to die? You'll be affected the most if the plan fails. Look at our leader showing off his silver tongue again. When you think our lives are nothing more than disposables. I don't care. I can't stand your atrocious scheme any longer. Don't expect things to go your way now. Fine then. Do as you wish. You'll realize in due time that there is nothing you can achieve. That must have been a blow for him. Sweet. Look at us, Nikei. If Nikeiiiiiiimazing's acting like that, then what you're saying must be true. Are you really a void? Why would I lie to you if I wasn't a void? You locked us up, forced us to kill. If you're really a void, you better have an answer. Calm down, I'll explain. Everyone, I see where you're coming from, but let's listen to what Nikei has to... I'm sorry. Let's go, Nikei! Never mind, he might actually be base. I've done things that are absolutely unforgivable. I know I cannot be forgiven for this, but considering what our voids did to you, me doing this is well deserved. Nikki, raise your head up first. You can't, not until you forget, well, until you guys feel a bit better. Alright, just get up, you're making things awkward. Why are you suddenly this passive? You're just out there trying to get us. That was an act. Nikkei, we haven't gained any info so far. That's why we became more and more desperate. We need information to turn the tables against Mikado. If you really were a Void, if you do feel sorry, give us information. The only person who had a lead, Setsuka, is now dead, and Teria isn't being cooperative with us. Of course I'm going to be to tell you. That's why I betrayed Void. So first of all, I'm not sure where to start. I'm used to giving questions, but answering them isn't... Let's reverse our roles. I could be the interviewee. I don't feel great either, but this is all going to stay down and gloomy if I keep going on. Yes. We could question you, and you'll answer anything. Anything I'm able to answer. There are tons of things, but I think there's what everyone... Last remaining Void. Nikkei, tell us, out of the 3 Voids other than you and Mikado... Yeah, I thought that would be the first thing. You want me to tell you who they are? About that last person... Sorry, I can't answer that question. I didn't say anything. I said anything I'd be able to answer. Not exactly, but... Suppose I told you who that person is. How do you feel about them right now? Y'all didn't want to listen to me when I came out. That's why I begged you. Came out? Trans rights? Let's go! That's the reaction to someone who came out on their own. How would that person feel? Especially if they don't plan to switch sides. How would things go if that happened? That person is probably hesitating too. Split between going in the plan and giving up. The relationships between us Void wasn't a good shape. That's why I want to give that person a chance as a fellow member. I think there's a difference between confessing on one's own like I did and being exposed to someone else. I can talk to you because I decided to leave Void and join your side, but as soon as I tell you that last Void is, you try to purge that traitor. Am I wrong? I won't deny it. You're not completely wrong. We don't know who that person is, but Nikkei said it there. But Hajime and Emma, they both seem to be hesitant. I said that we can't disregard Nikkei's reasoning. Yeah, you're right. If we can't trust him, he won't be able to trust us either. After all, this situation is what we originally planned for. It was our goal, building a relationship with the Void and making them join our side. We didn't have information until the Voids up until this point. If we get that information, we may be able to help the Voids, Nikkei, and escape with them. He openly announced his betrayal in front of Mikado because he believed in us. Okay, I'll give it a try for now. Hajime and Emma were part of Void and committed murder, and yet I don't think they were truly evil people. The same is... What is it, Aroha? I'd have thought that Mikado will take some sort of action to get back at Nikkei for this. I'm probably going to be killed soon. Mikado always makes sure to eliminate anything that might be an obstacle for his plan. Since I went public with my defection, he'll come at me with his full strength in the near future. It'll be a race against time from now on. I'll need to strike Mikado in some form before he kills me. You shouldn't think of Mikado like that. His actions are unpredictable. The fear of not what going right next, that is the most terrifying aspect. So to be honest, I'm really scared. I put my trust in you and challenge Mikado, but a part of me still doesn't know if this is the right thing to do. Yo, don't worry. I know this is a cliched thing to say, but together we can... I'm just so glad that you believed in us to the end. Are you afraid of Mikado that much? But you've turned your back against him. Why do you risk that to join our side? His conscience didn't allow him to remain in Void any longer, and he believed in us. No, Sora. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not as good as a person. I didn't choose to leave Void. It was because of my hatred. Hatred for Mikado. That scoundrel robbed me of everything I had. I used to be the leader of Void. You all wanted to know why Void was doing this thing. What was the reason we set up this killing game? We had no intent to take part of these crooked measures at first when I was the leader. It was to search for a certain person. We all went through a terrible childhood, and there's a person who saved us from that hellish suffering. But as we grew older, that person was nowhere to be seen. So we made do with everything, and the people that met and teamed up during that period are Hajime, Emma, the other Void, and me. Those were the initial members of Void. So you were the leader back then. Calling me leader may be an exaggeration, but I was the first to start searching for this person. And that person is Uchiro. I discovered they're the same boat as me. All I did was bring them together to join the organization. Then what about Nikeiiiiiiiimazing? How did he get to be the leader? It's a long story. The four of us worked together to track down that person's whereabouts, but we couldn't find a single trace of him. It's a great thing that we combined our efforts, but the outcome was always the same, regardless of the time and effort. It's evident he gave us help, and we wouldn't be the people we are now if it wasn't for him, but we couldn't figure out who that person was or why he helped us. We don't even know that person's name. I have a person I want to find too, but it must have been almost impossible to look for a person you have no idea about. A man who introduced himself as Nikeiiiiiiiimazing. Surprisingly, he knew himself as our purpose. He claimed he had knowledge regarding the person, and we prepared to meet him. Everything was well up to that point. All of us, including myself, we didn't know who Nikeiiiiiiiimazing was, but the important part is we finally got a clue on our search. But something went wrong. He told us we needed to sacrifice in order to meet that person, and that we need to kill them by our own hands. We didn't involve ourselves in crimes when we were trying all sorts of things. Hajime, Emma, they're good people at heart. That's why all of us hesitated when we hear... I have someone I want to find too, but I refuse at once if I told someone to commit murder. Even when you'll die when you can't meet that person, we didn't search for that person just to meet him. We had to risk our lives in that search. If we don't find him, we won't have a future. I'll get there later. Anyway, everyone hesitated over Nikeiiiiiiimazing's offer. We were desperate, but not mindless enough to straight out accept a murder plan. But we had experienced so many failures, and everyone was becoming anxious. The other three decided to join Nikeiiiiiiimazing. My mentality is the thing. I was going to turn down the offer, but eventually I went along with the others when they tried to convince me. You created Void, but Nikeiiiiiiimazing suddenly appeared and took over his organization. No, he's right. I chose to be a part of this, and there's no excuse for that. Still, even though we were working together, I thought Hajime and Emma, those who trusted me, enjoyed my group, were more than just teammates. Although my lack of ability helped Nikeiiiiiiimazing take over, I thought it couldn't be helped. But Nikeiiiiiiimazing, that bastard, only thought of us as tools. I don't even think his intention is the same as ours. That scumbag just used us for his own benefit. You son of a bitch, do you really think the other three will let you do this? An excellent colleague, I must say, but too bad you're an average being in the end, begging for your life at a disgrace at this moment. Is that why you betrayed Nikeiiiiiiimazing? To avenge your dead teammates? The cause isn't that noble, but I didn't like him from the second I met him. The rotten scumbag, I'll kill him myself. I don't care what happens to the planet. If I could just kill him... You're different than Hajime and Emma. You didn't get your hands dirty yet. I agree that Nikeiiiiiiimazing absolutely deserves to die, but there's no need to do it yourself. If we get out of here safely, the law, haha, it would be nice if that were possible. If you didn't like him, you could have switched sides from the start. We're now down to less than 10 people. If you told us earlier, we could have had more allies fighting against Nikeiiiiiiimazing. I had already betrayed Nikeiiiiiiimazing long ago, but I kept that a secret from you guys. I'd like to apologize about that. Ever since Hajime died, I've been looking for a trusted partner I can trust, and in the end, I chose Setsuka. After choosing Setsuka as my partner, I told her about Void, just like I'm doing now. I couldn't. I needed as much security as I could in order to keep my cover. Despite my efforts to stay hidden, Nikeiiiiiiimazing seems to have noticed in the end. Among the many reasons of leadership, the main reason I chose Setsuka is that she had the power to bring Nikeiiiiiiimazing down. Her right eye has the ability to save things she saw like a camera. I told her about Void and the details of our plans. In exchange, I kept requested she keep her a lookout for Nikeiiiiiimazing. She would easily be able to catch information, and when thrown lesson, it seems she did find out something in the end. But Kanade, that psychopath murderer, ruined everything, so that's as a dead end for me. So that's why, as a last resort, I've decided to take Nikeiiiiiimazing head on. After I sided with Setsuka, I purposely acted as an outsider so that Setsuka would be free from suspicion. In the end, I may have looked like an asshat trying to ruin the atmosphere, but sorry, that was what I really felt. When I asked Setsuka why she always kept her right eye closed, she called it an evil eye. And when I told her to be serious, she said it was a secret she couldn't tell anyone. But you said you knew. I don't think she would have revealed her secret that easily. The thing is, she didn't have to tell anything. I already knew about it. I'm a part of Void. Of course I knew in advance about the killing game. You all think you dragged into the Mikaido's plan simply because you were unlucky? There's a reason each and every one of you got involved with the killing game. Mikaido's the one that came up with the most of the plan. He didn't tell us, but I have some basic information. He carried around your profiles like a resume and showed us the content before the plan. In short, we weren't randomly selected. And the Voids had access to our personal information from the start. If we work together, why don't we tell if everyone but Mikaido? Shobai, I said they were going. I think he did help us a lot, and even that guy wouldn't want to waste time in this island. Sorry, but please don't do that. To Teruya and Shobai, don't ever tell them that I'm Void or the fact that I betrayed Void. They're both untrustworthy. I don't think I need to say anything about Shobai. The Kisaragi that Foundation that Teruya said, we Voids in that group go a long way. The people from the Foundation have been on our track the whole time. Of course, we did commit crimes, so it should be rightful for us to take punishment, but those people aren't really sane as well. You guys shouldn't go along with them either. Take my word on this. Alright, let's listen to Nikkei. We need Nikkei's help to make anything out of our current situation. Then shouldn't we listen to his conditions? Thank you for trusting a sinful guy like me. So I think we should end this meeting for now. We need to keep this a secret from Shobai and Teruya. We were here for too long. Mikaido's fine says he already knows, but the other two shouldn't find out about this. Let's do what he told us. Thank you, Shinji. I'll call upon you again soon. Treat me as I normally would. Don't you think Mikaido could tell them about it? That's very unlikely. Judging from his personality, he will avoid pulling in external factors. Well, he might tell something to the other Void, but that's for them to decide. You can count on me. Oh, and I want to thank you all again. Maybe I should have confessed much earlier. Hey, we should be thanking you. You've already told Mikaido about this, so things will be getting difficult from now on. Don't die on us, Nikkei. Nikeiiiiiimazing. Amazing. Never back down. Never give up. Let's see, what's the time? It's already lunchtime. It is fucking Yuki! Oh, bye, Roha. So Nikeiiiiiimazing is absolutely dying, right? I honestly think they shouldn't have revealed Iroha as a Void, because now we know all five. We as the audience, I mean. Shit, I don't know if we have anything Nikkei likes. Okay, we have 4 cursed books. You like that? Huh, what's this? A gift? This is a great scoop. Thank you so much. Sora, do you have a second? I'd like to interview you. I'm making profiles of all our classmates. As dire as the situation we may be, we're still classmates destined to attend Hope Speak Academy, right? Now, be prepared to answer my question. Excuse me? I was just joking. Your punch is something else. Wait, isn't that a violation of the rules? I was just messing around too. It wasn't actual violence. I can't imagine a journalist without his dominant hand. Okay, let's start for real now. What's your height, chest size, and weight? I'm being serious now. How can you call something a student profile if there's no physical information on the students? Everyone has their sizes in the e-handbook, but yours is the only one without them. I don't remember any of that because of my amnesia. Oh right, you've got amnesia. It's not like I've known you for 4 chapters. This thing can be measured right. Put your fist down. Amnesia, huh? Let's call it off for today. I'll think of something scoop-worthy next time. Amazing. Never back down. Never give up. I'm not interviewing you. I was hoping you could help me with an interview. I'm going to interview others. You should come with me. When you're interviewing various people, you get to hear about all sorts of experience. If you hear some of them, there's a chance your memory might come back to you. Alright, I'll help. Great, thanks. Shall we go now? Oh, we didn't get anything scoop-worthy. I realized something during the interview. I realized that you're... I hate this guy now. Never mind, I don't want to hang out with him. Well, stiff interviews are boring, right? Well, I'm kidding. What I really felt is that you tend to emphasize your right hand a lot. Oh, you were kidding. He's not a... Okay. What, is that supposed to be a compliment? Well, I'm right-handed. If I couldn't hold my pen with my right hand, I wouldn't even be here now. If that's true in my case, I had nothing but my right hand, which brought me here. It's nothing. By the way, thanks for helping me with my interview today. Both of these skills are fucking useless. I just want to learn why he's a void. The 4th island is still a way to go. Until Nikkei sends us a message, I should get some sleep. A chat notification. I still can't believe that Nikkei was Void. Why'd I ever believe in him? On the other hand, he did believe in us and betray Void. I guess we have to admit he's not all that bad. If we leave here safely, we can give him a friendly punch to the face. I felt a bond with Yoriko. Girlfriend. still feel sleepy. I should wash my face and go to the diner. Oh, Aroha. Is that Nick? I wonder what they're talking about. Wait, why am I trying to eavesdrop on them? Sora, it's you. Why are you talking with Nikkei? Aroha, what's the matter? Please stop crying. Did Nikkei say something bad to you? No, it's nothing like that. It's just that... No, it's nothing. I'm fine now. Aroha, if you have any worry, you should talk about it with everyone. You're heading for the diner, right? Let's go together then. And then when she gets revealed as a void to everyone... we're all gonna go like, what? Even though... Oh, what? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's nothing. I didn't sleep well last night. Curious. It's been a while since I last seen you. Yo, Taria, how long are you gonna ignore us? It's about time we put an end to this. If we go on and show you to stress that openly, just wait a little bit more then. Ever since I heard what Nikkei said, I don't have a very good impression of him. It's not like we have the slightest clue what that foundation thing is. It's definitely not you. I don't mind being bad about people, but I suggest you don't go near him. It's more about what he's from rather than just him. The leader of that group. Well, let's just say the rumors at him don't exactly shape him as Lady Justice. The leader of the group meaning Kinjo, right? Sorry, believe me, but we still have to wait. We're the only ones here right now.
Why?
It's because of Mikaido. Has anyone seen Mikaido ever since I declared war against him yesterday morning? The person we need to be wary of most right now is Mikaido. We can't make a move unless we know what he's planning. I hope you understand the situation. Haha, unless you suddenly die. You shouldn't be able to touch me while sailing. Why? If something happens, it's going to be tomorrow when we arrive at the island. Then the real game starts. I try to sum up everything and tell you as soon as we arrive on the 4th island. The calm before the storm. Nikkei's come to our side, but things aren't going to go easy for us. I'm sure he's anxious as well. Aroha, want to take a break and chat? Sorry, Sora, maybe next time. Amazing. Never back down. Never give up. Sora, can you help me with my interview again today as well? That's nonsense. The role of assistant is important too. Also, it might help you remember something. To be honest, I'm having a hard time imagining myself remembering anything from something like this. We realize more and more as we go on. The road to becoming #1 journalist is a hard one. Around the island. I feel like my job as a journalist can get a lot of hate. It's a job where you have to reach out for the ultimate truth, even if it means selling your soul to the devil. And that's what led me to journalism, but I didn't grow up in a wealthy household, nor did I have some sort of noteworthy talent. I tried back and do the work of my right hand and my pen. There's more to it than that. Why don't you take a guess? What do you think those other reasons are? It's just innate talent, right? I'm not telling you even if you fly me on a plane. It's not a story worth sharing, so that's it for today. Hi, Yorko. What's this, a gift? This soup is awesome, thank you. Would you look at the pretty lady walking by? Of course it's none other... Hello, Nikkei. What business do you have with me? I was wondering if you wouldn't mind chatting with me. I want to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm enraged just thinking about it. Every minute we're tracking is another minute out of reach of exclusive news. But when you say it's even more exclusive for us to be like this, of course you're well informed when it comes to these sort of things, Sora. But even as we speak right here and now, we're missing out on all sorts of interesting... Being able to cover all those potential articles is humiliation as a journalist. Never talk about anything. I do suppose I was born. Are you always interviewing others without ever giving yourself a break? Even if there's no age restriction, sitting as a journalist at my age isn't easy. Interviews are a battle of wits too. Being a second late makes your article old news. Since I lack the experience of grown journalists, I have no choice but to compete in volume. Getting in even an extra minute of interviewing. If it weren't for this extra efforts, I wouldn't have the qualification to take the title of ultimate journalist. If it's alright with you, can I interview you, Nikkei? You've never been the interviewee, right? I've learned some interview tricks from following you around the last few days, so I'll give it a try. Then give me a few days to get ready. Interviews aren't the only one that you need to be prepared for. The interviewees gotta be pull their weight too. I'm not sure if we have any presents that Nikkei likes now. Nikeiiiiiiimazing likes now. Oh, we have Mr. Stapler. We'll give that to Nikkei. Why can't he kill you while he's on the cruise? He's not in any of his usual spots. Is he in here? What? You literally were not here earlier. Where's Mr. Stapler? Here he is. Sora, I've been waiting for you. What else for your promised interview? I've prepared a ton of interview material, but I couldn't bring all of it. Let's get to my room. Now go on, ask away. Did you prepare all of this? Interviews aren't a matter you can afford to take lightly. You can't strive for anything in perfection. I bet your heart's just pounding in anticipation. Anything's okay. Then, what's the... Thanks for watching the stream. We're gonna end there for today. No. Alright, payback. Yulia, I just wanted a chance to learn more about you. You never talk about anything other than interviews. Interviews are my work, my hobby, and my sexuality. You don't feel regret watching fellow students living their own unique daily life? Why, Sora? Because we're friends. We're friends. That's the first time someone has ever said that to me. I guess that's exactly it. You're the first person to be curious up to now. Honestly, outside of interviews and work-related meetings, I hadn't had a laid-back conversation. Is this what friends are like? Do you think men and women can be friends? I do. Even before men to women, I see us talking person to person. What? No! I already have a girlfriend, unfortunately. Sorry. I'm gonna try my best to branch out to hobbies. Okay, so he didn't tell me at all why he's a void. Cool. His free time events were fucking pointless. Second day on the boat. Considering the routine up till now, it's not gonna be long until we arrive on the 4th island. This is just a feeling I have, but I feel like today's gonna be the last day I'll be able to sleep sound for a while. Oof. That hurt. What's going on? We've arrived at the 4th island. Today's when the real fight starts. First I'll go meet everyone. But what is this gut feeling? I feel like something's off this time around. Oh shit. What's this all about? Deja vu much? Ah, Sora, there you are. You weren't in the room, so I was looking for you. Where is everyone? We just arrived on the 4th island, and it's, by this time... Even in the morning announcement, everyone headed outside. He didn't give his usual morning announcement. I'm sorry, I must have been half asleep. Even ignoring the last of explanation for the 4th island from Monaco, isn't this the first time he ever missed the morning announcement? What in the world is this? Yorko, Sora! The explosion we heard this morning was because the Monarchs crashed into the port. Where's Nikei? I thought everyone was waiting. Nikei ran off somewhere else. There's something he needed to check. Good point. We never had to worry about the weather before. It wouldn't hurt to find something warm to wear. If this island is, there would be a convenience store, so why don't we get some hot packs or something? Now that I'm all warmed up, Yuki, what are you doing? There's something that's been bothering me. I've been looking at the part that the Monarchs crashed into. It's not like I'm an expert on boats, but I don't think the Monarchs will be going anywhere soon. The front of this road is going to be completely cracked, not to mention the water leaking from the bottom. And doesn't it seem like it's sinking? Is Mikado so fucking distracted by Nikeiiiiiii's 30's betrayal that he forgot to drive the boat? Considering the depths of water, then I suppose we won't be able to make it to the next island. Since whenever we're heading to a new island, it means that a murder and a class trial had occurred. Huh, I guess so. The game's gonna be over soon. Now that Nikei is here for us, there won't be another island. All we have to do is not lose hope. The thing that little Yuki who was going on about being hopeless is encouraging us to have hope. It kind of puts a smile on my face. Well, that was because I'm so glad for you. Just think what would have happened if Nikei didn't stand up for us. We've been following one another, remember? I'm sorry, I hope Nikei shares info as soon as possible. I'm fine. There's an armor I've made of hot packs under here. I'll be heading elsewhere to investigate more. Catch you later. What are you doing? You didn't have to shout. I guess you're here to investigate the convenience store. The marks are the same. I think we're doing better off, but I guess it is quite warm in here. Sora! Nothing. I'll go somewhere else once it's warm. And then we're gonna find out she's a void and we're all gonna go, what? Honestly, I think that they picked the least interesting characters to be void. Like, it would have been much more of a hit if it was Setsuka or Yorko. Sora, you're here. Aren't you feeling cold? You didn't even take any hot packs. I'd rather not. I'm fine. You gotta have something more than cold to bring this guy down. It's gonna take forever to search each and every one of these buildings. What? Shinji, what's the matter? Huh? What'd you say? It's nothing like that. I'm gonna go investigate someplace else. Shinji looked somewhat gloomy, didn't he? What is he on about? Car.png? What is this fucking... Like, I can still see the PNG artifacts from where it was cropped. Tower of Babel? That's my favorite Majora's Mask location. Hi, Yorko. It's so cold. Where? Sure, wait. Are you gonna go in there together? Why don't we go together? Did you wait just for me? Were you afraid to enter all on your own? I don't know how to put this in words, but this time I'm getting bad feelings about this. Yeah, I know. It's just the feeling I got. I'll be fine with you around. Yeah, I'm about to say you're so in love with me. Oh, Nikeiiiiiiimazing and Shireen's also here. I wasn't doing anything with him. We just happened to meet by coincidence. His mouth was shut no matter what I did. Nikeiiiiiiimazing, so what was the thing you wanted to check out? Look, Yorko, lower voice. Shireen's gonna hear us. Don't you dare do anything funny, because we're gonna be out to get you if you do. What's up, Nikeiiiiiimazing? Tell us! Why won't you tell us anything? Sorry, you got time? This tower feels like a library, right? Yeah, this place is... But something's weird here, look. Look inside. Someone get a rock cipher out. CKRLN MSL XNWBMY XNEORMWMQJ BVW CQSI MNRBV Unknown cipher. Okay, so it's probably just gibberish. I have no idea what it says. It's like a cat walked on a typewriter. This book is so big, and yet all the pages are like this. They're all like this. He made this project. What if there's a book on how to escape? If I was a restaurant and such a book existed, I'd rather have burned it. But this tower does feel like it contains something important. You're gonna take out each and every one of these books? There's gotta be like millions of them here. How are you gonna reach the ones that are high up on the shelves? You're gonna get yourself hurt. Well, we've gotta make do somehow, and we've got Nikeiiiiiimazing, remember? Amazing. Nikei, as a former Void member, should know what's up with this tower. You're right, let's just look for it. Look around, and once we're... Nikei, so have you seen Nikeiiiiiiimazing? Drats. From what I know, the situation is going to be different than what I planned. I'll be sure the exact details once I meet Nikeiiiiiiimazing. The only one who can explain the situation is him. Checking in on him is enough. He's probably the one most confused now. Got no time for this. I've got to search for Nikeiiiiiimazing. He should definitely be here somewhere. It seems like something is out of the ordinary here. We'll have to trust him for now. Shilba, funny running into you. Yo, Bano. Have you seen Monochrome since the last trial? I see, well done. Wait a second, Shilba. Why'd you ask that? Sharp and fair. Objection! I answered your question, so you should answer mine. That's how a deal works. Get a load of this! The ultimate broker is trying to rip me off here. Fuck it. I'm never gonna speak to you again. I'm gonna be wasting my time if I ever... Alright, I'll answer one of your questions. This place, it's obviously Babel's library. It's a short story by boards. Hexagonal tower with each wall filled with bookshelves. It's not just that it looks similar. If you take a look at any one of these books, the string of unrecognizable letters. So then this place is a structure made exactly like that from the story. I thought I said just one. This ain't an equal deal anymore. Survey, you... Stupid Trashimoto. Wait, who's that? Is that Teruya? Teruya, what are you doing here? Hahiko and Satsuki. I don't think this is the right time to talk with them. Oh, we're done investigating. After we searched the island, we decided to regroup. Sora! You just finished your expedition, right? Let's head on together. I was off on my own as well. Even they haven't arrived yet, or maybe they're waiting inside. Well, I was worried if we could even live inside the monarchies anymore. I didn't feel anything wrong with the inside. Maybe only the outside was damaged. Sorry we're late. Yeah, you could be. Is this everyone? Where's Aroha? Nick is also missing. Where the heck is he going? He said he was looking for Nikeiiiiiimazing. He said things were going different than what was planned. And to know exactly what's happening, he needs to find Nikeiiiiiimazing no matter the cost. This island is really bare bones. There's nothing except for the store. Didn't you mention something about the monarchies not being able to move anymore? Well, I didn't say I was sure of it. I said it looked like that. The lights are on and everything seems to be fine on the inside, so maybe it was just needless worrying. Isn't that interesting? Just look at the side of the crash. I would assume at least one of the... It's... Maybe Mikado used space magic? The harbor looks emptier than the previous one. I investigated inside the Babel's tower. I could even see that from the harbor. It's like an endless tower of spiral stairs. But the books were all like weird. Each of them had unrecognizable text. More like the words don't make themselves out to be a sentence and were ordered arbitrarily. It was a mixture of numerous different countries' texts. It wasn't a matter of understanding because we literally couldn't read it at all. Babel's library, what's that? Wait, you talked with Siowai? I think when Nikkei meets up with Mikado, they're gonna team back up again. Like, they're gonna be both be evil again. Give and take, you see. Boru, it's a something book that depicts a high tower. Why is a fictional book here in reality? The stairs kind of ended there. There are a lot of rooms as well. Books, chairs, tables, and there's even a machine room on the basement floor. I think it's a power station or something. Usually Monocro would give us the basic gifts of the island, but it's really hard to make something out of these. Where are them? Him and Mikado. There's something else that intrigued me in the tower. The golden statues. They're all different people. There's one that looked like Monocro too. I feel like I've seen them somewhere. Remember the people in the photo Teruya got? Right, the 79th class. You mean the classmates of Teruya, our upperclassmen. You're good at even remembering that. We didn't get much of a glimpse thanks to Mikado. This feeling when something that's been nagging you so that's why Teruya was crying. So why are the statues even there in the first place? Are they related to the tower or something? Teruya mentioned something about experiencing and mentioned a creature that was similar to looking to Monocro. Not the ones from the class of 79, but the large number of statues of that weird bear. And a Monocro-like creature that accompanied in their killing game. The statues of them exist inside the tower, correct? Didn't they mention... I think Bro mentioned that once, right? Bro? Huh? What? What's the matter, bro? Maybe what Shinji said. When two cases are crazy like these happen back to back, they probably should be related. Anyways, those statues suggest that there's something more to that tower if we investigate it thoroughly. Oh, it's my turn? Shinji, something's up with you, right? Don't you lie to me. You're spacing out. If you keep some secret from us, tell us. Are you a void? Is that why you're worried because Nikei betrayed you? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I be a void? Your behavior is really extremely similar to Setsuka's right after we arrived on the third island. The much more serious face, and when you ask them, you say they're totally fine. In reality, she was planning something with Nikei. But in the end, she could tell anyone about the discoveries made. You've been working with the Roha. Alright, I'll tell. This is all the result of my weak self. Whenever I'm standing amidst of the snow and dry environment, I panic. I guess you can call it PTSD. My face gets covered with sweat, and inside my head, everything goes white. I lost someone dear to me in that same situation. It loses me lose my remaining strength. Part of it is because of my trauma, but part of it that failed to save 7 of his classmates. I don't buy it! Bro. You're not the one at fault. You've worked the hardest. If someone is to blame, it'd just be me. Just because things became a bit hopeless, I go around saying stupid stuff to you and everyone. So you shouldn't feel responsibility for all this. If someone's to blame, it's me. I know what you're thinking. That brat that's making everything worse is acting like this. But Bro and I, we're on the same boat after all. You've an adorable side, eh? Whoever responsibility it is, we cannot turn away from the result that it already happened, but feeling guilty only worsens the situation. To be honest, I still haven't recovered fully from those memories. Even though I'm an ultimate, I try to stay away from work on snowy days. But it's the same story with those memories in this killing game. If you stop, you're all doomed. If you give up, it's game over. Face the truth head on, and don't give up hope and it'll be achievable. We're on the same boat. I didn't like some of this at the start. That some of us were being... Everyone I met on this island and things that we've experienced. Even when we escape this place, we'd never forget it. Ah! The new me will survive and persevere. Yuki, you should do it too. It's honestly embarrassing you to death. Look at yourself. You're doing this in front of the girls and you haven't been stuttering at all. Wait, what? This is a touching moment, so I'll let it pass. Goodbye, old Shinji. Yuki, could you bring a sturdy rope from the storage room? I'm gonna hang myself. What? The decreasing number, no sign of hope, and the rough... The same boat that reminded us. As we were stuck in this crazy killing game together, the bond of us survivors have gotten stronger. We mustn't be divided. So our report meeting is almost over, right? Then when the heck is Nikeiiiiiiimazing coming? He said he was looking for Mikado, right? He should at least stop. You said the real fight would begin. He must have a plan. We should wait. Monokuma! Hello? Boop, boop, boop! Fellow comrades, you should immediately come over to the Oracle Room. You should come very quickly. Blows up with that announcement. That was Monaco, right? What's going on? The boat crashed and he just disappeared.
Yes.
That voice is different. The voice is the same, but the tone was different usual, like a broken sound file. The usual Monaco would have spoken in a grander tone. It felt all too sudden, and there were many more suspicious stuff going on that. Oh, Nikkei! Yo, you're here, and I see Mikado here as well. He seems a bit off. Everyone, I'm finished. There's just no hope left for me. What's that supposed to mean? You guys have no right over what I'm doing. Do not quickly care about me. Don't you dare speak to me. You disgust me. Hey, why'd you call us? You're wasting precious time. It's no use. She won't be able to respond in its current state. Something's weird. Both Monaco and Mikado are acting suspicious. It's like something bad has happened ever since we arrived on this island. Everything now had been muddled to a point, and there had been no pattern anymore. By the way, where's Aroha? She must have heard that announcement unless she fell asleep. I'm sorry I'm late. I can't say we haven't. Aroha, is your headache getting better now? Oh yeah, just a quick break, and I'm all good now. Why were you recalled again? Can I leave now? Ahem! Oh, you're all here now! Boo-boo-boo! Sorry for the late start, then let's get right to it! From now on, you need to assemble here every day and pick one of these books. When your name is called, just come forward and pick a book. Inside a book, it contains helpful info if you're lucky, that is. Why don't you try out your good fortune? The moniker that suddenly spoke, his tone, and he stutters in between his words. Not to mention that weird laugh, and he didn't show any movement or facial, as if it was an automatic machine. Once you pick a book, you can check it only on the spot. After that, you must return it to the shelf. If you don't, it'll be punishment time. Now let's start with V001. What? Wait, who's that? It'll be useless to try and talk sense to him. You're just obliged to his words. Do you have someone that can answer those questions for you now? Me in my pathetic current state can barely muster up. As such, I will be taking my leave. I bet I even have to use his human legs to walk out of here. Next dude to the right, KO3! You, the tall guy! This is gonna take forever. If it's obligatory. Now hold on, IO1. If you don't, who the hell is IO1? Call me by my name, Verda. Are they identifying us by some sort of number? Why? They've mentioned a lot of things. Like, there's a bunch of, like, weird rules. So what really is this? Can I just leave if I already pick my butt? Yep, next is the right-haired KO2. Come forward. I think he's talking about you, Sora. K, I, and V. first phrase was blank. I flipped through all of the pages, one particular page. One page alone. What? Wait! The exit codes! That's what those are! Eventually, everyone had returned and the ceremony came to an end.
Then I'll meet you here tomorrow, same time, same place.
What was up with this pacing? Monaco and even Nikeiiiiiiiimazing. Hey you. What do y'all see in your book? Everything's a total mess, like it's not making sense. I guess this much turbulence causes an overdrive, huh? Why don't we call it out for now and meet in my room? Make sure you don't get found out by... I guess Nikeiiiiiiimazing has made up his mind about something. An overdrive? Right, see you in 30 minutes in front of Nikeiiiiiiimazing's room. We parted ways there. We should collect our thoughts in our rooms. Yorko? And so, why'd you follow me to my room, Yorko? What do you mean why? You're always welcome here. 30 minutes is a bit short to investigate anything, really. I've got some tea bags that I brought from the store. Why do we have tea, especially since it's cold outside? How much trust do you put in the others right now? I don't think any of the others are trustworthy except for you. Who do you think the last word is? I personally think Aroha is the most suspicious. Ever since we arrived on the 4th island, things have been weird, but her actions are especially suspicious. Nikeiiiiiimazing's been quiet ever since Nikeiiiiiiimazing, and even though she had a headache, it didn't seem like it, like she was hiding something. If I was a void, I would see no merit in cooperating with Nikeiiiiiiimazing. That's just the thing. I can't trust Nikeiiiiiimazing either. If he's that desperate, is there a reason for him to stall any longer? And the others are the same. Yuki looks like he's having mental issues. Kiryu was suspicious from the start, and don't get me started on Shiobai and Mikado. I can't even explain it, but you feel kind of trustworthy, like you always care. It's not... It's because you like me. If we disregard everything... I just need someone to talk to. If I cause you have unnecessary concern, I have no memory, but it feels good to have someone trusting me this much. I guess we need to work hard to repay that trust. Sure, it's time. Right, let's go over to Nikeiiiiiimazing's. Oh, I want to find out so bad. Hell, what time is it? 4:15? Okay, we can go 15 more minutes. Are you going, Sora? Oh, Sora, Yorko, you're here. You're late. Oh yeah, I had a bit of a stomach ache. I thought it was a headache. It was a headache and then a stomach ache, but I got over both of them. Nikki said you needed to take a trip to the bathroom. Yuki, what were you doing with your handbook? I was wondering about that code. Dang it, I guess it doesn't work. Did any of you have something written in your books? I asked them, and we all saw something similar. Perhaps it is that reset code. The book had 5 strings of 5 letters. Yeah, it seems like the same. Monaco mentioned that we should test our luck, right? That the info might contain something beneficial to us. So one of those books has... That never crossed my mind when I was reading it. I guess you're right, but... And we're picking potential reset codes, we still have a chance. Monaco said that we'll be there every day to pick out books, right? Why would Monaco try to teach us about the reset codes? Is there any benefits to the boys doing this? Now we have someone to ask precisely that, and when the heck is that someone supposed to arrive? You bet, the best one I had. Wait, why are you even asking me that? Just sit down, everyone.
Yoshi.
Good, everyone I wanted is here. There's something I want to tell you first. Can we keep the questions until after that? I apologize for taking us so long. I might have made you guys panic, but I had no time to spare. Something unbelievable has happened. No, I was shooting for Mikado because now the situation makes zero sense even to us voids. This is not the fourth island. Well, the fourth island was not like this. The one from our plans isn't someplace like this. The position itself is correct, but the island didn't originally have any snow or that tower. The city in the middle was supposed to be larger, and there's supposed to be a bridge connecting us to the next island. God himself seemed to be distressed about this. Mikado should have been the one to come up with a plan. There could only be one answer. Someone from the outside has intervened. Somebody from the real world.
Now!
What do you mean the real world? The place you're standing in... We're in a simulation. That's why the inside is exactly the same, because it's just a different room in a video game. Didn't you hear me? This is a virtual world, I say. No, it's nothing. Hold on. You're telling me the room we're in right now, no matter how you look at it, this isn't the real world. You've been stripped of your memories before you entered the place. That's why you never noticed. Losing our memories. I mean, not everyone... To be honest, I don't know why you don't have any memories. But think about the others. As we established the first day we got caught up in this, none of us know exactly how we wound up in this place. Of course you can't. Us voids erased our memories when we sent you to you from the real world. How can you create a reality like this? The best VR and AR games are like cardboard cutouts compared to this. What do you mean virtual reality? Yeah, I know. Our senses feel too real. This is actually a huge set piece. No, this isn't. It's a BCI type virtual real-time world. Brain-computer interface. You connect your brains directly to the computer. What? That technology should be decades away, and you're saying that such a cutting-edge tech was used for a kidnapping case? I'm afraid we kind of planned almost everything. I only know the surface of it. All I can tell you is that Utsushima does not exist anywhere in the real world. It only exists in this virtual realm. Yoko, wait, you might actually be telling the truth. Think of it, all that stuff. Mikado flying around using flame magic. People are burning to a crisp without leaving any corpse. And a weird talking creature called Monochrome. The crime scene being wiped out completely cleaned out as if nothing happened. Before the fourth island, the weather didn't even affect us all this time. We just assumed it was weather being clean and nice, but if this was actually the virtual world, weather wouldn't have any meaning about us. That reminds me, Coco did say something on the first day. This bitch, go away! Some southern island. I came to the conclusion that this is a high probability of this being an artificial island. Coco, just how much did you know? When the ship crashed badly, the inside is perfectly fine. The moving trial grounds and the elaborate machine parts for the executions. If everything we're seeing is part of virtual reality, then we could probably explain most of it. If you keep on distrusting me, could you limit yourself to listening rather than pressing on every detail? Let's get back on topic. You said there was an intervention from the outside world. So by the outside world, you mean someone by the real physical world, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Exactly. But then who? It's probably that person, Ray Makaru. Ray... The orange-haired lady. But didn't she die? She died. Well, to explain that, I first have to bring to you some good news. This is the virtual world, so even if you die here, you won't die for real. Yeah, they're all alive. Dang it, that means Yuri is alive. Damn it. That's right, they were all alive.
嘘だろ本気で言ってるの
You're not lying, right? Ray being alive is actually the living proof. Though we have one person we'd rather have dead, yet two, Kanade and Yuri. Why did Haruka and Emma act like that? If they were void, just a few days ago, you were talking about passing on Setsuka's dying will. Your life is state. Your memories of this place gets wiped off. It's like if you were suddenly disconnected from the server. Your brain might get damaged. Who knows what such a tech might happen to the brain? And since we connected our senses, we feel the exact pain. That's probably why they felt fear. We need some treatment, but we'll probably have a chance to meet them later down the line. They probably would have found some way to contact the Foundation after they kicked out of the program so she could arrest us. Because there are the Foundations. We've always been in bad terms for them. The Foundations also have a history with the same person we were tracking down. They should have almost every time to put a stop to our plans. Criminal association, huh? But still, I have good things to say about the Foundation. Of course, as a betrayer of Void, I am planning to atone for my sins and meet up with the Foundation. So this Ray person is I don't know what she actually did, but the snow in the giant tower... It's Babel's Tower, wherever it is, even his magic seems not to work inside there. I think this is our perfect chance. Mikaido's magic was like the real and only key. Now that it's useless, killing him doesn't sound so far-fetched anymore. No, just killing him here and kicking out of this world would be enough to follow its plans. Well, let's think about that later. I was gonna tell you all this, but since we arrived, things have changed. It's changed for the better for us since the Foundation is helping us. We finally have the advantage against Mikaido. Mikaido must have made a way to safely escape this place. Otherwise, he'd be stuck inside as well. The simplest way to escape would be to kill yourself, but then you would lose your memory. There should be a gap, an object that shouldn't be here. We should search for clues there. So it was just Mikaido acting on his own. We were theorizing about how the books from the tower... The tower's Babel was created by the Foundation, and then the reset codes in those books. I personally think those reset codes aren't a safest thing at best. It's easier said than done. You're probably planning a backup plan from beyond the scenes. Not to mention the enormous amount of time it would take to search that tower. Just you giving us this much information and setting a goal is more than enough to motivate us. And once we get out, we'll be able to meet those guys. You're a really nice guy, alright? I just did my job. It's not like I'm doing this for you. A 10 out of 10 York impression. Bravo! It's not like the situation had really changed yet. Now, let's summarize the stuff we have to do. We can learn about Mikaido and the Void. Escaping the virtual world would mean escaping the killing game, getting rid of the imminent threat of death. And the clues for escape, including the reset codes and the structure is out of place, the Tower of Babel, so we should do most of our investigation there from now on. The Tower of Babel is an irregularity, even for us, the Void. There might be something waiting for us. This island is officially a failure. Now that you know that this is a virtual world, a lot of stuff didn't properly load on this island. Because the Tower of Babel appeared in this panel went south, all the other locations just lost their purposes, so it wouldn't hurt to gloss over them.
Yes.
Alright, let's start immediately. Wait, I want to ask you something. I never heard of a virtual reality tech that this developed. If it's true, then it must be something that have been hidden from the public. Does that mean that the Void is an association big enough to get their hands on such tech? You were looking for someone to help you. Why did you go to try to find someone? Why would you have planned such a this? Why are you dead set on finding this man? who the heck he is if you need VR tech and a couple wives to meet him. This I cannot ignore. You're right, just simply meeting that person isn't our only objective. I know you find it may hard to believe, but that guy... Sorry to intrude, but you wouldn't be, by chance, be talking about Matsu Utsuro, hmm? Have you forgotten? Mikado used teleport. Call me whenever and I'll come to you anytime. I'm like your spirit incarnate. Wait, Mikado, did you say Utsuro? Yes, he is the Void's cause. He's the one who us Voids will risk everything to meet again. Well, I doubt it's his real name, but more importantly, who said that you're welcoming you? Shut your mouth. Just the fact that I was comrades with you is disgraceful, and I betrayed the Voids. To hell with you and the Void. My, isn't everyone in high spirits? I just assumed that you're planning... Don't tell me he hasn't. Get the hell out, Mikado. Well, look at little Mikado. I guess you're feeling much better after that fucking on that tower. Well, it's true that I did take a hit from Nikei leaving, and it's true that the plans are a bit off course, but who cares? The result has already been decided. Isn't that right, Nikei? You know him better than anyone else, don't you, Nikei? Whatever process, whatever event you come across, it doesn't matter. The moment we cross that starting line, our destination is set. The system is rigged, and you know that better than anyone. You're already doing your job so well. You're doing fine, and you should keep up the good work. It's like I don't have to do it in my hands anymore. In front of his tower, me, you, we're all puppets waiting for the grand climax. Be careful, Nikki. Under like the tower, my magic persists here. I sincerely do hope that you don't end your life miserably just because of something you did in the spur of the moment. Really, the amount of fun I get from messing you, it's almost as fun as Teruya. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be able to kill me or beat me. In the following, us Voids are very talented liars. I mean it in the most literal sense ever. We're a club full of liars in many ways. He's gone. I guess it's usual magic. Nikei, you still haven't answered that question. Who is that Utsuro guy? Fucking fuck. That piece of shit. Can't win, cannot change the outcome. Suck my ball. What? Bro is having a gamer rage. I said leave. Leave me the fuck alone. Gee, I've never seen him that mad. The reason he betrayed the Void was because of his rage towards Mikado. I guess he wasn't joking about the raging part. If this goes on, he'll end up killing Mikado for real. And it really was like that. When Nikei told us to leave, not a single one of us could refute his words. We could literally feel his murderous intent radiating from him. Let's get moving. Now that we've got a goal, we should investigate.
Now!
Just remember if Nikei's words do you believe are true. You and Mikado, the Voids are full of liars. I don't think I can completely trust Nikei. The virtual world part didn't seem to be a real set just yet. Everyone already knows that without you explicitly detailing everything. I assume it's for the same as the others, but rather than doubting the credibility of the info, we should be trusting each other. I don't care how much you doubt Nikei, but if you are, keep it to yourself. Stop blurting your theories. It's just getting everyone's spirits down. Of course I hate Nikei, but he's putting his trust in us as trying his best. We should try to repay that. I'm not saying you should brown you trust him. I'm also questioning about the suspicious details. Well, if he does turn out to be a liar...
Ah!
We should end it here, and until Nikei comes out, we should investigate the tower some more. Nikki told us a lot of things. Everything is made up. You still have the hope that the fallen among us is alive, and the void's rejected for going this far. Utsuro, was it? Ah. Utsuro? 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 Why am I paying this much attention to you? Do I need a reason? You saved me from hell itself. If you didn't, my life wouldn't have any meaning. As such, I know I'm being irresponsible and selfish, that you, wherever, will let me be with you for all eternity. Ah, this is not the time for daydreaming. I should get moving. And that is going to be where we end the stream for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.